So one very humorous and kind of pathetic thing that people say nowadays is if they're trying to cope with their behavior that they know is bad, or it's bad for other people, bad for themselves, if they're trying to cope or justify their own behavior, they will often talk of themselves as if they're not actually people. They will dehumanize themselves. They will say, oh, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I'm not really a human. I'm actually a giant chemical reaction, and I can't control what I'm actually doing. That is one of the most, I don't know, it's pathetic. I don't know how exactly to react to it, but it's really common to see people nowadays who, instead of owning up to their behavior, will start saying things, oh, well, I'm just addicted to this, or I just have problems with things like this, or, I got a dopamine addiction, or, I have mental health issues and somehow like this excuses me. And I just find it very funny. Now, last year or so, I forget when exactly, I did a video called Resisting Temptation. In fact, you might be able to call this video Resisting Temptation 2, Resisting Temptation Reloaded. I don't know. I'll think up some kind of name for it. But either way, I did that video ultimately on the fact that so many people will email me or ask me, oh, how do I quit this habit, yada, yada, yada. And I will always tell them, what are you talking about? Like, this is something that is directly within your moral control, right? And I gave people some advice for, how to resist temptation, how separate yourselves from a position of temptation and things like that. But, a lot of people, it's almost like the default worldview nowadays that people refuse to be responsible. Like, the idea of being responsible for your own actions and owning them is so alien to people that they will speak as if their behavior happens to them, as if they don't choose their behavior. Common examples that people will get me, ask me about is, I don't know, like minor drug addictions or pornography, or like all these kind of things. Like, none of them, pornography, just to use that as an example, pornography is just not an addiction in any way, shape, or form, okay? If you're addicted to some kind of chemical, right? If you're chemically dependent on something, if you don't have it, you might start dehydrating and convulsing, and you need severe medical care. Okay, you'll need a lot of what? You got to put in an IV, you got to take care of this person as they recover from their addiction. Pornography ain't an addiction in any way. People describe it as that, like colloquially, but it's not. It's just a habit that people get used to doing. They just repeatedly do it, and oh, it feels good, I'm going to keep doing it. And then people who refuse to take moral agency will use this line of addiction as a kind of a cope. And here's how you know that it's not an addiction. Okay, here's how we know that pornography and cooming is not an addiction. Because we can take you, we can put you in a room, in a chair, in the middle of nowhere, okay, with a bunch of people watching you, and you will not spontaneously touch yourself. You will not do that in front of other people, because you do have that moral control to resist that. And you have that at any time. But, and if you don't consume pornography, you don't start, I'm foaming from the mouth. I need my addiction. I need my fix. That doesn't happen. It's fake. That's not a thing. So people have used this line of addiction, or the idea of, I'm like this dopamine robot that I know, and I have to do these behaviors as a cope for them really being weak-willed, and probably not even being weak-willed. What I said in the last video is this: a lot of people will try to play both sides. They will try to get fleeting enjoyment from things that they know are bad, and things that they know will hurt them, or things that they know will hurt other people. They will try to get those enjoyments. And then they still want to seem morally superior. So they will say, oh, well, I do these things. Oh, but, I wish I could stop. They're just so bad. I try so hard to, like, not do this, but I just can't help myself. Oh, my goodness. That whole justification, which you didn't see people in the past making. This is a very modern, this is like a 20th, 21st century cope, right? That can only be possible in a world of, neuroscience and psychiatry. They have given us this new verbiage to talk about human behavior as if it's not you making a decision, but, we can describe it in chemical terms, therefore it's the chemicals, it's not you. In fact, you don't actually exist, so you can't be responsible for anything. You're just some passive observer to this robot that you live in. That